Hello, my name is Antonio Starks, and I am 13 years old.
My name is Lady Solis. I am 24 years old.
I'm Catherine Losey, 65 years old.
My name is Quint Newcomer.
I'm Gwen O'Looney.
I am Bob Clements, age 80.
Today's date is October 22nd, 2018.
Today's date is October 31st. Happy Halloween.
Ahora es el 7 de noviembre de 2018. Estamos en Athens, Georgia.
We're in Athens, Georgia.
I am in Athens, Georgia.
And I'm here sitting out with a friend of mine, Mr. Quinn.
I'm with my mom.
And I am with my life's partner of 57 years.
And my relationship to my partner is that he is the incoming mayor.
I'm talking to the daughter of my late best friend, Judith Ortiz Cofer.
And I am here with my friend.
I think probably you and I both came to this, at least in part, because we love this town. I was thinking earlier today about the first time we met, which you might not remember because it was when you were mayor. And I know when you're in this kind of role, you meet tons of people. And it was at Coyle Middle School, where I taught 7th graders at the time. You had come to see a student presentation, and I introduced myself to you. And in my mind, you were sort of a celebrity. And I thought, my goodness, I got to shake the mayor's hand today.
Right, yeah. I was thinking about, too, the first time I really remember you, and I have to admit I don't remember Coyle, but I do remember standing in the doorway of your classroom and watching you at Classic City High. And I think you showed then the kind of calm, patient interest in the other person that has led you through so many successes since then. I think it's a sign of the pride of a community that you are kind of a celebrity. I mean, there are lots of towns that don't really care about who their mayors are, but Athens cares because it really wants to be somebody. I've always said the best people come back to Athens. We also have a lot of artists, like, artists in residence that they do at WGA. I just can't believe what I'm discovering is happening in our community.
The thing about making art, it's scary. You get a blank piece of paper, and you think, what on earth am I going to fill this up with? And you got to look all around and find something that piques your interest. It's not easy. But the nice thing about making art is you don't have to have a committee approve it.
That's true.
And you don't have to fill out a permit.
Control.
Total control. 3 years ago, I won a contest to build a sculpture out in front of this library. It shows a muse, an allegorical figure, leading the people into the library. And it's leading a mother who's bringing books back. In fact, she's still reading her book while she walks in. And her little girl is coming in carrying a big book bag because, they read so many children's books.
Right.
And then there's a teenager. He's upside down doing break dancing. And he's reading a book on break dancing. The reason I did the teenager was because there's a middle school just adjacent to the library here. And every day after school, the library is full of middle school kids. They sit around in the little coffee shop and have a great time.
They also do homework. I've seen some of them
Oh,
do
great.
homework.
I'm glad to hear that.
They do.
Do you like Athens?
Yes.
You think it's fun?
Mm-hmm.
A great place to live?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm also biased.
Why is that?
I was born here.
Where do you think you're going to be in 10 years? Of course, 4 years are going to be of high school.
And another 4 are in college?
Is that a question or a statement?
Well, I'm not very sure. I know I'm going to college, but I'm just not very sure which part of the 10 years of that I'm going to.
Or you might go over the 10 years.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
I'm going within the 10 years. Finish college early, have fun later on in life.
And what do you consider fun, having fun?
Roller coasters, spending time with family, taking road trips, working at a fun job, in real estate.
In high school, all my friends started to get their license and they started to apply for colleges and talk about all these exciting things that I was also excited about. And they would ask me what college would I go to, and I would tell them I'm going to UGA because it's close to me. I don't have to leave my family. Family's always been a big thing for me. And then I remember I was going home and I asked my mom, can we go get my license? And she stood quiet for a minute and she said, you can't get your license. And I asked why, and she said, you just can't. You're not a citizen. You're not from here. You can't do that. And so then I was like, but what about, like, I had so many questions. I was like, what about college? What about my job? What about, all my dreams? And my mom was like, I'm sorry. Like, I wanted to talk to you about this, but like, I didn't know how. Like, you can't get your license. I don't think you can really go to college. I told my mom, no, you don't know. You don't know what you're saying. And she was like, just go and learn more about it yourself. And maybe I'm wrong. I had a teacher that was very helpful who told me that, yeah, she was right, that I couldn't get my license. I couldn't go to college and I couldn't work. I was like, what? Like, now what? What do I do with my life? Like, what am I supposed to do? That didn't make sense to me. I was so confused. I was like, why? Like, who's making these rules, Mm-hmm. I was so scared, but I remember feeling embarrassed. And I didn't know if anybody else was like me. So to all my friends, I didn't tell them. I was embarrassed. I didn't want them to know that I couldn't go to college, mm-hmm. that I was just going to be a girl who didn't have education. Yeah. And my friends, little did I know that most of my friends weren't documented too.
You made it through cancer. Tell me about the illness and how you got through that.
The way I lived through that experience with cancer was to keep my joy. All through the chemo and the radiation, you're not feeling good, but don't let nobody steal your joy. I'm not gonna let this get me down. And so I continued to play for my church choirs. I played in my band, in days where I had chemo and I couldn't hardly hold my head up. But I knew that if I put that guitar on and hit that stage, and people were like, how in the world are you doing this, man? I'm like, I got cancer, but, I ain't dead yet, I still got life. Yeah. So I'm gonna live it to the fullest, You take this thing and you try to make the best of your life. And if I leave here today, I'm gonna leave happy. Treat people good, and people treat you good. Mm-hmm. And the ones that don't treat you good, pray for them.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory of my mom? I'd love to hear it.
Well, it's so hard. A favorite memory is probably just spending ordinary time with her because she was so much to so many people. She was her public persona so often. So those Saturdays, that we shared, or those times on the porch, I think that was the best.
Is there anything that you want to tell me about my mom? I mean, I've learned a lot here.
Tanya, your mother wrote about you a lot. You know she loved you, but you were her favorite subject. She loved you so much and just loved to share things about you, and was just so proud.